Hello, fishes, and welcome back to another art video. Say hello, Rose.
Hello!
We're back at our D&D character group thing.
I redrew this like 4 times, because centaurs are complicated.
But we finally got one that we liked. Pose and positioning and everything that we liked. We did a lot of research on other people's art to find the perfect pose.
I don't know, I think everyone can still tell that I'm a brony from it, though.
But this week is our wonderful barbarian centaur named Atherus. He was my second D&D character. I literally went from the most basic of characters to one of like a really complicated one, because my first one we'll get to in a couple weeks, whenever we decide to get to him, but is a wood elf ranger. That was my first ever D&D character, and I went from as basic of a D&D character as you can get to this. And it's really funny to me because it's accurate for my life.
Yeah, you start small and then you're like, I'm going to do the biggest thing ever, like with cross stitch.
Yep.
You had your itty bitty tiny cross stitch,
tiny ones,
and now you're working on the one you've been working on for 4 years.
5 years. I started in 2020.
This is longer than we've been married.
Yes, it has. It's crazy.
It's like the size of my TV.
Okay, that's just a bit dramatic.
Okay, it's the size of someone's TV.
Anyway, but with this character, it literally just came to me out of the blue. I thought it would be so funny to have a Centaur Barbarian, because horses are notoriously for having like the most unpractical like bone structure, and the common adage of if your horse like breaks their bones, then you kind of just have to put them down because the bones are never going to heal properly. So having a character that's whole thing is getting into fights and beating up other people and potentially breaking bones, I thought it was funny. So that was the premise of this character.
He's a horse, but he's stubborn as a mule.
Yes. I'll be talking most because this is my character. But like as it goes with like me creating characters, I get really into it. Like coming up with backstory and lore.
It's
and
a problem.
It really is a problem. I have way too many OCs for
It's
this
especially
reason.
a problem because it's become my problem.
I'm rubbing off on her. She's starting to think the way I think, which is funny.
Not only that, though, but then he wants art of them.
Yeah. So, Atherus' story, he is simple wood carver, lumberjack, living with his herd in the middle of the forest mountains. He is just, living his life. And then one day his village is being attacked by a giant, so he risks his life to defeat the giant and single-handedly takes the giant down, which in his herd makes him the chief of the herd.
He's a big shot.
Yep, he's the strongest centaur, so therefore he is in charge. So he's just, now he is the chief of his herd, and he doesn't really know what to do.
He's just tired of all this crap. You can see it in his face.
No, he's not quite tired yet.
Okay, he's getting there.
But as he lives his life, another centaur comes to his herd. Her name is Celine. Sorry, my brain turned off for a second. Celine. And she is doing research on like different centaur herds and their customs, and so she's going about to meet other herds, and she meets Atherus, and they fall in love, and it's really cute and wholesome, and they have a little daughter. They name her daughter their daughter Circe.
Celine. Yes.
is a cleric, and Cersei is a sorcerer.
Sorceress.
Sorceress. Sorry, wild magic sorceress. And the whole premise of his character in like campaigns is his wife and daughter are kidnapped when Cersei's like, I think we said like 10 or 11 years old, something like that.
Yep.
They just disappear one night. And so Atherus decides to stop being the chief of his. He resigns basically as the chief of his herd to go and find them. And he's been looking for them for years now. At like 10 years, he's been searching for them.
More or less, it depends on the campaign.
It depends on the DM. Ultimately, they get fully decide how long he's been searching.
Regardless, the man is tired.
Yes, he is very tired. Very.
Look at those eyes.
Yes, he's got the bags under his eyes. He's not slept a lot.
It's because he's too busy throwing the man into the other man.
But he prioritizes unarmed attacks because of his hooves. He gets extra unarmed strikes. So he does have his battle axe, but he's got the tavern brawler feat, and
because he wanted to throw a fool into another fool.
Because the idea of picking up an enemy and using that enemy to beat another enemy is hilarious to me, and I love doing that. With improvised weapons, that counts. The first time I used him in a campaign, we were looking for vampires. I don't remember the logistics of why we were there.
We were stopping a cult and then got sidetracked by a vampire.
Yeah, there was vampires, and so we were at this hotel inn, and we were fighting a vampire, and the vampire tried to escape, and so Atherus went into rage mode and raged towards the wall of the third floor of this hotel, burst through the wall that the vampire tried to escape through, and in the end grappled the vampire in the air and then suplexed him into the ground, dropping his entire centaur body weight onto the vampire. And that's how we ended that fight, and it was the best.
I loved using the character I used in that campaign, but we haven't got to him yet.
Yeah, well, he's our bard character. We'll get to him eventually.
Regardless, all you need to know, he was really good at deception and convinced several people that just guns couldn't kill horses.
Yeah, the DM had guns.
Especially not centaurs.
The DM had guns in this campaign, and so we spread the rumor that guns just couldn't kill horses. And so that was the perpetual joke. And every time we made this joke, we nat 20'd every time. It was so funny. I don't think we failed a single one of them. Maybe they weren't all nat 20s, but we never failed a single one of those deceptions.
Yeah, but at least one of them was nat 20.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, I love this guy. He's honestly my favorite character I've created so far.
I think you just like the destructiveness of barbarians,
I do.
though.
I didn't really care for a ranger.
That's because they don't get up close and personal.
It was just very hard to enjoy the character that you couldn't.
They're not poisonal.
Yeah, so playing the Centaur Barbarian has definitely been my favorite. I'm going to try doing more. I think the next character, I'm probably going to be a wizard and try see what wizard's all about. Because I haven't really done too many magic wielding characters.
Yeah.
Minus my druid fiasco from a couple weeks ago. But
the art was so pretty.
Yes,
though.
the art was so good for my druid otter, so I'm not going to complain. But yeah, I mean, I had fun with this character, finalizing his design. You saw in the thumbnail what he used to look like. His design itself hasn't really changed too much. We just kind of altered and finalized some details.
Also, I'm better at art.
Yes. But yeah, I mean, I hope you guys are enjoying this series and seeing our 12 main D&D characters. There will be more after that. We're just starting with our main 12. The Rose and Caspian ones don't technically count. They were not an official.
Yeah.
They were an after the fact.
Also, for context, this bear is because he is a totem barbarian.
Totem barbarian, so his totem is the bear. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring the bell, share with friends, and I'll see you all in the next video.
Bye!
Bye, guys!